Guys, we are back on the channel. I am Eddie Oz. This is All Things Edders. If you're new to the channel, we cover everything fitness, business, and automotive. As you can guess, we've got the Supra behind me. We did one episode already where we took delivery of the Supra and filmed my first reaction. I hope it was a good episode. I actually haven't seen the footage as yet. Hopefully we covered enough. But today, we're gonna give you guys a nice overview of why I hate and love the new Supra, going through a bit of the features. Pretty much every vlogger has done this already, so you know, nothing new, but you get my opinion, which is valuable to me, I guess, and you guys. We're gonna take the car for a drive, get some cool shots, give you guys my thoughts on the car, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what we're doing with the car. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave us your thoughts below in the comment section. But that's it. James, let's go for a cruise. Let's go for a cruise. Oh, by the way, check out the keys. So it looks like a standard traditional BMW key, but they gave me a keychain that says Toyota Supra, just in case I need to differentiate between a BMW key. But I do like this whole red touch. I think that's pretty cool. And they say chivalry is dead.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Watch it. What are we gonna eat? KFC? So we're gonna pick up some KFC and we're gonna review some Supra. Sounds like a good day to me. As I said, we cover everything fitness, business, automotive. I know some people might be new to the channel because they're watching the Supra vlog, but I'm getting married in February and I need to shred down for my wedding. So I went and got myself a DEXA scan over the weekend, well last weekend. I found out how fat I am. Currently sitting at 15% body fat. And the Colonel's gonna help me shred. And if you guys are as bamboozled as I am, feel free to follow the Instagram where I explain how you can actually shred down whilst eating your favorite foods. I'm not giving up the Colonel. It's a bit quieter than the others, yeah? While the other cars, the Lamborghini Huracan, the GTR, balls to the wall Supra, which I haven't heard as yet. Obviously that's still being built, aiming for 1,000 horsepower, but the way that the car's currently being built seems like it's getting out of control. Probably end up being 1,000 kilowatts. If you guys haven't seen that as well, there's 2 episodes on the green 1,000 horsepower Supra build, and I just spoke to Jay today as well. The next episode is going to be fitting the roll cage to the car, making sure all the safety's there, and then it shouldn't be too much longer until we actually start getting some dyno runs and tuning the Supra, the MK4 Supra. And then hopefully we get some racing done because that's what it was intended to be used for. So that's where the green Supra is at. At the GTR, we still need to have the Z-Tune fit kitted. Need to have that sprayed. Obviously I haven't gotten around to it. And then with the Huracan, we were gonna do an episode in regards to the Huracan, how much it cost to purchase and how I ended up owning a supercar in the first place. Like I said, the car's really light and nimble. Well, it feels light and nimble because it's so cozy and compact inside. It feels like a big go-kart as you're driving. And that's what today's episode's about. I wanted to give you guys like a little brief overview of every time
interrupted yourself.
Every time I want to give you guys an update, the roads are so clear, and obviously, you know, we're accelerating to the speed limit, safety first, and being law-abiding citizens is what we advocate, so that's what we're doing. But yeah, every time, like, I want to give you guys an update on the car's just asking me to, you know, give it a little bit of acceleration and squirt, so that's what we're doing. Aside from that, today's episode is literally going to be about my thoughts about the car. I've owned it now for a week. I've had a little bit of time behind the wheel, and there's a few things that I really, really love about the car, and then there's a few things which I disagree with. And when we get to the next location, we can go through all of that. Right now, I'm just going to enjoy some more acceleration and braking, and
It's a nice cruise.
just a nice cruise. Just a nice cruise. It's like a baffled exhaust note. Like it's muffled, and then you've got the crackles and pops that are happening, and it just all sort of works. I just need it to be a little bit louder, just a little bit more intoxicating. I think the cabin is very quiet. Like, you got to have the windows down in order for you to experience it. So I'm pretty sure that the entire infotainment system, navigation, everything that you're seeing is straight out of a BMW. So I need to thank BMW for the heads-up display. You guys did an awesome job. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, I'm the owner and founder of Do You Even. Right now we're in our busiest period, which is why I've been a little bit lackluster with the uploads and not hitting the once a week deadlines, but hopefully you guys will forgive me. We've been busy with work, obviously doing a lot with making sure our fulfillment center is doing exactly what it needs to be doing. And we're preparing for all the end of year madness. So in terms of sales, we've got Halloween coming up this week. We've got Black Friday and Cyber Monday obviously happening in November, as well as a bunch of launches. Really, really cool items. A lot of stuff coming for guys as well. And then we've got Christmas period. After that, content should start free-flowing again, and we've got plans to expand overseas. I can't say much about it at the moment, but that is in the works. So that's Do You Even in a nutshell.
Help! I'm in a nutshell!
I thought I'd also mention that with this car, I kind of already feel a sentimental attachment, which is weird because I've only owned it for a week, so how the hell can you have sentimental attachment to a car? But this car kind of means a lot to me in the sense that my very, very first car that I bought was a Supra. Second car that I bought was a 1993 RZ Supra, so the twin turbo version. And then I sold that to fund the Do You Even business, and now it's sort of done a full circle. And I've been able to option out a brand new Supra, which I'm so incredibly fortunate of. And I'm so incredibly humbled that I can do. And that's why I kind of feel this attachment to the car already, because in some way or another, the whole Supra heritage has played such a huge part of my life and the business. So it's cool, you know, to be able to see it come full circle and be able to own a car like this from a car that I sold, essentially. Cheers, mate. Well, we are about to get to the office now, and then we'll get back to finalising this episode. You best believe. We're here with the 2020 Supra. This is the footage that we promised you guys. Without further ado, let me take you guys through the car and then explain what we're going to do a little bit later. This is the black GTS model. So in Australia, we didn't get the launch edition, unfortunately, and no one got allocated the A90 edition. So the A90 edition was a tribute to the MK4, which was called the JZ A80. They decided to make 90 units, and I'm pretty sure all of those went to the US and Europe. Only 90 of them available in a unique matte grey color. I'm pretty sure all of them are essentially the exact same car. They got a plaque, they got that special color, and that's really about it. In terms of the Supras that were offered to the Australian market, only 300 are coming in the first year. Each allocation was 100 units of cars. So we got ours in the second round, but we got ours delivered before second round allocations. So right now there's 100 or so Supras floating around Australia. This is one of them. We only got to option the car in two variables. One was the GTS model, the other one was the GT model. This is the GTS model, slightly more expensive. The difference is the infotainment system and the sound system, essentially. I'm pretty sure the red calipers come standard on the GTS models. In the GT, you don't get to option that. You get slightly bigger wheels, I think. And that's about it, really. Other than that, they're essentially the same car. This is a black on black GTS model. It is finished with black leather instead of black Alcantara. If I optioned it in black Alcantara, I would have been waiting until January, and I didn't want to wait till January. I wanted to get my hands on the car as soon as possible because we have plans with the car and we want to modify it and bring you guys in on that journey as early as possible. And I really didn't want to wait. You know, after you order your car, waiting like 6 to 8 months really does kill the joy. So wanted to get it as quickly as we possibly could. So disregarded the Alcantara interior. This is the interior. As I made mention, it's straight out of a BMW. Everyone's mentioned it as well online. That's one of the things that I kind of hate about this car. I wish they went with a layout that kind of resembled what the Supra was, which had that overarching cockpit style interior that sort of captivated the driver and made you feel really engaged with the car. This kinda has it, but kinda doesn't. And I think that's what really misses the mark. In terms of aesthetics on the car, one of the things that I really like, I love all the arches of the diffuser, and I love the arches in the front lip. I love the rear fenders and how they're, you know, pumped up like the Supra. The entire rear end is eerily reminiscent of the previous generation. So I really like that they kept that aspect, and I love the ducktail as well, the boot lid. All of this has the DNA of an MK4 Supra, which I really like. The one thing that I disagree with though is all the fake vents. There's fake vents everywhere. There's a fake vent right here, doesn't actually lead into anything. There's a fake vent here in the door. I understand this whole concept, you know, air flowing through and then hitting the brakes and calipers to cool it down and then to exit straight out of here, but there's nothing here, and these fake vents were actually built into the door. So if you were to try and make this functional, and I don't know why anyone would, but if you tried, you'd have to drill into the body of the car, and you're really not getting much benefit. So I get it, like from an aesthetic standpoint, it kind of looks cool. From a functional standpoint, it serves absolutely no purpose. And they've got one here on the bonnet, and they've got some in the front bar as well. I like the design cues. It's just the fact that none of them are really functional to the car. The B58, Toyota has gone with an inline-6 single turbo power plant from the BMW. I kind of really like this. The bonnet is merged in with the front guards, so when you open the bonnet, everything goes up. I think that was a really cool feature. But yeah, as I was saying, this is the new power plant, the B58 engine. It is an inline-6 single turbo, and it is, well, it has huge shoes to fill. Obviously the 2JZ was bulletproof, could throw 1,000 horsepower at it, and the rods and pistons would be like, dude, we're okay. But no one has really seen the full potential of the B58. There are some people that are currently tearing this engine down, and people have alluded to the fact that this engine should be able to hold 600 to 700 horsepower at the wheels, which is quite a significant amount. The tone that comes from the car, I really like. I just wish it was a little bit louder, but that's an easy fix. So in terms of the trunk space, the boot, it's not bad. It's quite deep. Being able to fit 4 or 5 bags in the boot. So in terms of space, it's been quite good. Obviously it's got the upgraded sound system as well. So the 2 subs sit behind the driver's side area, and yeah, I guess that's it. This is one thing that annoys me as well, the fact that Toyota decided to have 3 badges, just so you're not confused that it's a BMW Z4. They've made sure that you know it's a Toyota. So I'm probably gonna get rid of that. I don't think it needs to be there. Just have the Toyota badge and the Supra logo, and that's it. That's all you really need. That's essentially it. That's the walk around, everything you guys need to know about the car. I guess everyone has already covered that. Something that they haven't covered is what we're doing to the car, obviously, because we're modifying the car. So if you haven't already subbed to the channel, consider doing it. Give it a thumbs up, drop us a comment. The plans that we've got for the car, we're gonna wrap it, get some wheels, suspension, and then tune the car and try and get a little bit more horsepower down the line. The car doesn't have a ceramic coating at all, so the paint isn't protected at the moment, so I need to figure out when I'm wrapping it and do so real quick. So that's going to be next. Finding the right set of wheels for the wrap color that I have in mind is going to be the challenging aspect. I've seen a few companies already that are bringing out wheel concepts, and there's things that I've got in mind, but wheels, wrap, suspension, that's all coming. Downpipe, exhaust, tune, they're the next stages in terms of performance, and then, you know, we're gonna really open it up. I think a single turbo upgrade and a little bit more power is definitely necessary. And then, I don't know, maybe we might do a wide body kit, who knows? Do you guys wanna see a wide body kit? Comment below, let me know. I think it'd be really cool. The car is wide enough as it is, but it can never be too wide. True? I am currently looking at the times that are available to go down to Calder Park. Hopefully they've got it on this Friday and the weather holds up. If so, dyno tune and drag strip have to happen. They have to happen. Definitely gonna happen. I wanna see what this does with me behind the wheel in terms of how fast it is down the strip and then how much power it makes. You know, people have already dyno tuned the car, and 340 brake horsepower that Toyota claimed isn't quite real. So that's the next steps of owning this car, and essentially I want to enjoy each experience. I think that's the main reason why I bought the car. It's to, you know, enjoy everything as it comes. I really love Supra ownership anyway. I'm just repeating myself, but my first car was a Supra and I loved modifying it, I loved tuning it, and I had so many experiences with the car, and that's essentially what I want to have with the Supra. And if you guys want to join in on this journey with me, then awesome. So if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next video. We are out. I'm not going to tumble roll out. You know, it's got its own little quirks, its own little weird idiosyncrasies. Actually, cut that word out. I don't know if I've used that.